then, so we're now centering the servo.
So let's just backtrack. The YTT, Yoda's top tip.
1 to turn, 2 to burn. Channel 1's always for the steering. Channel 2's always for the ESC.
Right.
So that's plugged in. The ESC's plugged into channel 2. Yeah. Battery's plugged in.
LiPo's in.
Yeah. So now we need to plug the steering servo. Where have you got the steering servo?
No, you have. Into channel 1. Over there.
It's hiding. So plug that in. Make sure the wires match the same colours as what you've got with the other one. Well, so brown will be black. Oh, they're both black
on the outside, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So that will go in there like that.
Yeah.
Now watch it smoke.
No, it shouldn't do that. It doesn't happen every time. It's only now and again that does.
So let me give you that.
Doesn't everyone love the smell of a burning servo smell?
So then when we flick this switch
that on.
This should light up.
There you go, it's light up. So now we switch the transmitter on. And now we've got to make sure that the trim on the steering
side
is centralised in the middle. So that is perfectly central now. Excellent, right. So now the steering servo is centred. So now we can unplug the servo, well, no, actually switch it off.
Switch it off.
And now we've got to build up the servo saver. With the pre-selected parts that we've...
it is off.
Excellent. So
now let's have a little clear out here because I can't see what the bloody hell we're looking at.
We're going to need a few other bits off this. We're going to need that bit there. If you can remove the nubbins off that, sir.
I love the way I'm now nubbin remover.
Well, after you slated my handiwork earlier on in the process, done it yourself there. Now this is another important part that many people forget. The little small plastic, almost like a bush, that goes in the centre of the servo saver to keep it all secure. A lot of people miss that. I've missed it myself in the past, and it's a very important bit to go in. So that just slides into the servo saver. So right, so now the servo's centralised.
Do you want me to take that out of the receiver?
That's all right. That's all right. We'll line that up. So that's laying that. So now we've got to have the first section on with the notch up the top. Oh. There we go. So try and get that as central as possible. In she goes. Slide it on. Then
so is that two different screws then? So it's a BB one if you're using a
Sanwa and the ACOMs,
and a
BC3 self-tapping if you're using a Tamiya or a Futaba setup. So then click the second section on.
So I'll get you a BC3.
Then the third section.
Where's this appeared from?
That's the body.
It was down there.
I didn't want to tread on it when I went up and siphoned the python.
Right.
So, and then we put the little small bush into the middle, as we mentioned earlier.
The mighty.
You haven't cut the nubbins off that.
Oh.
You.
Oh, I probably haven't had it yet.
That's it. Cut the nubbins off that one if you can, mate.
Are these different size screws?
Yeah.
Huh? I can't find that BC3 small one. Is it that?
Yeah, it's a shorter version of the other self-tappings we were using.
That looks like it, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna. Yeah, so you can cut the nubbins off the little plastic bush that goes in the middle. These are good little servos, these Carson ones. I've got a few of these, and I've been quite impressed with them. They're not bad. Back in the day, you used to pay a fortune for servos back in the 80s, but these days they're so cheap.
Will you see me stab that lipo then?
Don't. No wonder I've got high blood pressure living next door to you. So in goes the bush, in goes the screw. Now we hold the actual servo saver so it doesn't move because we don't want the servo to get decentralised. And then gently screw it in. Have you got a better screwdriver that'll fit that? That'd be better, I think. Cheers.
That's a flathead though.
Yeah. So make sure the servo doesn't move and tighten it, but don't over tighten it.
Never over tighten your screws,
especially into a servo, because that's how I made them smoke before in the past. So that's now nice and tight. Make sure there's no play in it, because you don't want any steering slop. That should seat nicely. Yep, that's good. Right, so that is in as per instructions. So
over the page.
I do believe we're flipping the script. Switch your remote off so you don't lose your battery power.
What's that lipo? Did you see my lipo powered kettle earlier?
Oh dear, you're a nutter. Right, here we go. This is where it gets interesting. So we'll keep the servo as the diagram shows. Now you need these little A4 plastic parts that we cut off the parts tree. Have we cut them off yet?
A4?
Yeah.
Which bits?
Oh, there we go. They look like the ones without looking at the number. That's a little...
So you want to...
Oh dear.
A BA7. Right, while you're doing that, I'll find the washers.
I wish you had some decent cutters here, mate. It would make life a lot easier. So I'm afraid of using these demented things.
Well, just don't cut it right at the tip.
That sounds painful, doesn't it?
2 BB1s.
That's it. I think Tammy have put cement into this moulding on this lot. Never made plastic so tough as this before. Right, you had to do the nubbing treatment. Bless you.
Dear. Something got up my nose. Oh, and you're going.
That's it. It's an allergy to Moo Moo, I reckon.
Allergy to Moo Moo's wind. Probably just cut through the table.
Don't worry, that's alright. It gives it character. Just don't cut through your finger. Yoda's top tip.
Yoda's top tip.
Don't cut through your
finger.
Don't
cut through your finger.
Fingers are handy when you're building kits. You need all 5 or 4 of them on each hand. You've done that before, haven't you?
These are actually quite good if you're doing it away from you. Never do a knobbing. What is it?
Nubbing.
Never do a nubbing.
Never do a knobbing. Let's turn everything into an innuendo.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Right, that's
it. Saying grease. What's it? Grease the
tip.
Oh no! No, the skins. Grease the skins. It was the springs. Right then. So we've got that sorted.
Right, what's an MD2 when it's at home?
What are you looking at?
Here.
So this is your trap rod ends, as we used to call them back in the day. I know they're still called that. So look, you've got 3 on here. You've got a spare.
Sound dairy.
Yeah, these do tend to wear. They're quite crude in their setup. I modified mine on a Minute Pumpkin years ago. So, pardon me. So now we need these the 2 rods.
You've got them.
There we go. That's
so there's a small one and a long one then, yeah? So this is the MR2, which will be the long one. Again, make sure you match. If you're questioning the length, put it on there, measure it up, and they'll
all to scale. That's it. Now I've only got one of them.
No, there must be another one there somewhere.
Oh, hang on. There we go. Table's in like a bomb's hitting now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you find the right length for them.
Yeah. So let's have the MR2 first.
Excellent.
I need an MD2.
Yeah.
So that's telling me that's 4 mil.
Yeah.
So again, check it. 4 mil. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, on the instructions, it will show you the exact length what you've actually got to thread it into to make the shaft match that. So you've got the arrow to the arrow there.
So again, that would be done
to scale.
To scale.
So you've got to thread it in till it matches that exact. They've nicely measured it out for you to say you're going to get a tape measure.
That's nice of them,
It's
isn't
clever, isn't it? Yeah, Mr. Tamio thinks of everything, doesn't he?
They are good, aren't they?
Yeah, you know. So I'm pretty sure that we didn't have that earlier on back in the day either. I can't remember them having
During the war. Right.
So if you make these,
so then put that on there, and I would say that
has to be pretty precise, or your steering's going to be out. So
spot on.
Obviously, a certain amount of outness can be compensated by the trim on your controller. But
did you give me another one of them?
Yeah, but make this as accurate as possible, or your steering's going to be a little bit wonky wonks.
Would you agree with that? Look.
As far as my eyes can tell, that looks all right to me. We can always do any fine tweaking at a later date. So, but obviously, we want it going in a straight line because we do tend to hit a lot of curbs as it is, even when they do run straight. So, get your tracking out, and it's going to be even more chance of hitting a curb, isn't there?
Moonlight's a curb. What happened the other night?
Oh dear! What did I say to you with that 13 turn of the lunchbox? Just take it easy. One crash into a curb, and you'll wreck it. Within 30 seconds,
you
bang.
cursed me.
I was trying to warn you. Knowledge, wisdom. I don't know.
Right, so measure this one up.
9 inches.
I'd say
Taylor's 9 inches.
that's about right.
Right, so now.
There we go.
So we
So what we got to do with them?
So now these are slightly.
I think we're jumping ahead here a little bit because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, so I did actually give them to you to do that part.
Oh,
but
my fault.
So you've got the servo there, so you need 2 BB1s and a BA7 washer.
So orient it.
That position I've got it in.
Towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means these go through there.
And then they attach to the A4 parts that you've just cut off. You will need to remove the nubbins on them, like I mentioned.
That's not the nubbin there, is it? That's part of the car.
No, it's a nubbin, because that won't fit flush up, I don't think.
What, that? Surely
Oh,
not.
no, you might be right. Actually, you might be right there. Like I say, I can't
just
see
up
it.
that way,
I
isn't
can't,
it?
yeah,
On the bottom.
yeah, that's it. I can't see a huge amount there.
Yeah,
so
it
the
is.
flat side goes flush up against the underneath base of the
Yeah, because you've got a
servo
hole
mounted.
there
Yeah, that's it.
and a hole at the end.
Yep, so
Holy, holy, holy.
they will mount your servo into your chassis then.
So we'll screw them onto there like that.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, excuse that curry.
I'm amazed it hasn't been worse than it is actually. So
We're doing well.
I was a bit concerned about that when you said, yeah, let's do a video of recording building this car tonight after our curry. I thought, curry, build video, good idea, not really. But we're doing all right.
Right, same again this side then.
That's it. He's doing quite well, isn't he, Mo? I'm quite impressed.
Well.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, all right.
Yeah, good fun. It's a nice sense of achievement. You've got that big box of bits, and then a few hours work, and you've got a car there. And then you get a chance to drive it and break
And then
it.
you break it like
And then you get to do it all over again. Take it apart, rebuild it, drive it, smash it up. Bend it, mend it.
Like my Mustang.
Your Mustang, that hasn't had a good start in life, that has it really? You poor old Mustang. Little TTO moo. I'll never forget the sight of it wedged into that trolley bay. I didn't have the strength to remove that. I've never seen a car wedged in underneath something as hard as that was.
I've got away with that.
Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
Tesco's.
Yeah.
Putting stupid trolley bays in your car park.
That's why Mum's gone to Iceland.
Yeah, who'd have thought it?
Oh,
Tesco's
dear.
putting a trolley bay in their car park.
Oh dear, I don't know.
The modelers around.
Yeah.
Well, that's
did,
you.
did you see an RC So-and-so's video last week? We had the security down while they were racing the lunchboxes.
Do you know, I find that really petty.
Yeah.
You're not doing damage.
Bloke comes along and he goes, it's a security risk. We've got a bank there and a bank there.
Yeah, because
He handled it very well.
do you know, people like that are too busy watching films where they think the car's going to go in there and...
I won't go into the story of when I went into Asda once and they asked me to take my hat off and wear it back to front. I won't go into that one because it's not very politically correct. But these sort of people do take their job way too seriously, don't they? People are having fun. It's playing with a toy car, and at the end of the day. So right.
So MR2, the longer one.
Where are we looking?
Here.
Yep.
Goes this side of the servo.
Yeah, that's right. Spot on.
And the MR3 would go this side.
Look as to what hole it goes into, the orientation on the servo.
It looks like they go into the end one.
Yeah.
Here.
That's it.
Up this way.
So it goes up and then
through.
That's it. Very crude way of mounting your steering rods.
Round like that.
It is a crude old school kit, and that's part of the joy of it.
And then same again this side. Push through.
Nice.
They're mounted.
Lovely, lovely.
And a little close up in case anyone is slightly interested and still with us by now.
I doubt anyone's still watching by now.
Very soon, they've gone to bed. So there we go.
Excellent.
Done.
In fact, I'm sure YouTube will take this video down straight away, in all honesty. Right then, so now we've got the chassis, we've got the steering servo.
So we've got to mount that.
Yeah.
This looks technical.
So face the rods down through the hole. There we go. And then we have to screw up. So we need two BB1s and a BA7 to go up from the underside of the chassis into the mounting points that we've put onto the sides of the servo.
BA71, BA72.
This is a delightful little kit, isn't it? All them years I've been doing this hobby and I've never built a Hornet or a Grasshopper. Bless you, Memo.
Thank you.
There's that little bottom bit.
Little.
Big bottom bit.
I've never known anyone like it. I'm surprised on it. She's still sitting in it. Look, she's look at the look she's giving her. She doesn't look impressed. Do you want me to let her out?
No, she'll be right. Right, two BB1s and two BA7s.
Yeah. So now,
where do you want them?
You've got to line up them little supports that you put on the side of the servo with the holes on the underside of the chassis.
Screw it up.
Yeah. And screw her in. Making sure you've got the longer one on the longer side of the servo, which you have. That's it, to compensate for the fact the servo is not central.
Okay.
So now,
show me.
I can't see where them holes are from here without my light on, so
right.
My vision is not good enough there. You'll have to,
yeah, I can do that.
You'll have to line them up and put them through. While you're doing that, I shall start taking these delightful wheels off of the parts tree, because these are actually a two-piece wheel that you've got to make up, which I've never done before, so this will be a little bit of an experience for me.
I might need a torch.
Yeah, like I said, I couldn't see that. It's
very, very
dark.
Dark.
These wheels are quality, aren't they? Little two-piece section wheels.
Oh.
I couldn't see a thing on that.
This is where it gets fiddly.
Oh yeah.
Nope.
Do you want me to shine a torch with one of the phones onto it for you?
I might need.
Yeah.
Or I'll push the screw through.
Ah, that's an idea.
And mount.
Oh. Notification.
That'd be YouTube.
Who's just posted a video? It gets hard keeping up with all your subscriptions, doesn't it? Oh, South Park, new episode tonight. I don't think we're going to have time to watch that tonight. Is that helping? Not really.
It will on the next bit. God damn it. You killed Kenny.
God damn it. Mushrooms killed Kenny.
Right, shine it down in there a little bit. See where that other one's got to go there.
Drugs are bad.
Okay.
Marijuana's
That's
bad. Tire sniffing's bad.
You're hooked, aren't you?
Yeah, you know, should have learnt from Grange Hill back in the day.
Well, where's that other screw? With the...
I don't know why you're asking me. You're the one that got it out and put it down. You always do that. Where's that? Oh, how am I supposed to know? You're the one that got it out.
I had a screw here set with the washer ready to go in.
On the floor.
Yes, here.
Oh, is it? I had to call this the Idiot's Guide to Building a Tamiya.
Tamiya for dummies. Now I've lost my screwdriver.
Always hard work, isn't he, Mama?
Yes.
It's starting to look like a car now, though.
Little snigger from behind the camera there when you
Yeah.
said that. Don't over tighten the screws. Right, one mounted servo.
Excellent.
So where do we go
done.
now?
Oh, my phone's linked up to your CCTV for some reason.
Is it?
Yeah, it must have automatically gone onto that. Probably means mine's crashed again. I've had to complain to my internet provider, aren't I? It keeps crashing.
Sky, if you're listening, he's got a complaint.
I don't pay for it. I'm pouncing off you, aren't I?
Yeah, that's true.
Right, sort out my
Okay.
free internet connection.
All right, I will.
Right then, so where are we now?
Well, we need to go.
Oh, this
Up
is
the
the
other
thing.
way.
This is the one I don't like. Mounting the switch. Anyone that's
Oh.
mounted a switch on one of
No,
these Tamias,
you got me to do it
the
last time.
screws are so small. I can't even pick them up with my fingers, let alone screw them in. I'm all fingers and thumbs. I can't pick these little screws up. So you're going to need them little BA3s, minute little things.
Who took the bags out?
James.
Not me. Right, so you need 2 BA3s for this. Is this? See, I can't even pick them up. I've got no nails. Pick up 2 BA3s out of that. I think that's one just there.
Now, hang on a minute, right? Because you're saying that. But this switch has got no holes on it to screw into.
Well spotted, sir. Now what they've done is, because this isn't a your standard, obviously we normally have a TBL EO2, don't we, or TBL EO3 with a standard switch. This is a different sort of ESC because Tamiya have been having supply issues. This hasn't got the standard switch that we normally have on Tamiyas with the holes in, which means we're going to have to mount that on the inside of the chassis with a little bit of double-sided Velcro rather than using them horrible fiddly screws, which is actually a blessing because the normal ones that come on a TBL02 are slightly longer and they have the screw holes.
With a plate
Yeah, that's it.
that
Whereas
goes
this
on the other
hasn't,
side.
which I wouldn't worry about too much because that's not going to go anywhere. We can just put a little bit of double-sided Velcro, mount it to the inside.
Right,
Bob's your uncle.
Scrap that then.
Yeah, so
So it's telling us to stick the rest of this down.
yeah, so I personally, another Yoda's top tip,
YTT.
rather than using the sticky double-sided tape, especially if you're transferring receivers and ESCs from car to car, as we often do because we've got more cars than radio gear, double-sided Velcro works a treat because you can just in, out, swap them about.
Otherwise known as hook and loop.
Hook and loop, there you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
sweet. So have you got any double-sided Velcro? Hoop.
Yes, my Moo will put her hand under that desk, have a little feel around, ooh, and should come
Lovely. Cheers, Mimo.
with some
Cool, yours was a lot cheaper than mine.
Royson's hook and loop.
I paid a £5 for like
Do you know?
5 meters.
Do you know where I got this?
What is
It
that?
says Ryson's.
Rice's, as I said, didn't I?
Ryson's.
Royson's.
Yeah, bargain.
This come from Mablethorpe in Lincolnshire
What is that?
on the east coast. I went into this shop that sells everything you didn't know you needed. You know, like everything from a bath plug to a bloody whisk.
And
sure enough, some hook and loop, black and white.
And at the same time, 2 nights ago, I ordered some on eBay. Thought £5 for 5 metres. That's a bargain. When I come through, it's about 5 centimetres. I thought I'd been done. I thought free postage and packaging as well. Brilliant.
We are going to need some scissors, though, I think.
This carries on much longer. I might have to do it on a booze run because I managed to drink through all that. Oh, do you miss your elbows click?
How much of this do you suggest we put on?
Generally about the size of the base of the electrical component to be fitted. So get as much on there. Oh, perfect. Yeah, so
about there.
Yeah, the more you've got there, the better.
My fabulous
These going to be women enough.
Women enough. Ah, look, the right-handed scissor.
There you go. I'll be getting a haircut later, will I?
Try not to cut your finger off. Process.
I haven't had a haircut since 2006.
Really?
Probably ain't washed it since 2006 either.
Oh, it does get the occasional wash, but
I'll let you do that bit.
cheers.
In fact, no, actually, if you give me that back for a second, we'll measure
Generally,
it
you're better getting the further bit on the chassis and the furry bit on the component, I've always found.
What, the muff side?
Yeah, that's the one. Technical terms here at Greenhawks RC.
Yeah. So you've got the scratchy bit and I've got the muff bit. Where's the scratchy bit?
In the car.
In the car. I was just going to use this to see how much I need.
Yeah, line it up.
Didn't cut that very straight, did I?
Surprise, surprise.
Yoda gassing me out again.
Sorry, mate. It's the stress of working with you.
You're a little bit dramatic.
Oh dear. Oh, so I say, do you know? Right. Well, what did you say? Soft bit on.
Soft bit on the component item. It's just a habit item we do.
YTT. Soft bit. No, what we're sticking? Yeah, this.
Yeah.
No, this in it first.
Well, both.
So soft bit on the component.
Make sure
like
it's
that.
clean before you put it on, free of grease or it will slide about.
And where are we mounting this then?
So before you stick it on, line up the ESC and the receiver on the chassis to make sure they've cleared everything and that it's not in the way of any of the body work or anything like that. So they're suggesting the receiver at the rear. Oh, there we go. So the receiver goes at the rear there.
Round which way? That way?
ESC at the front.
At the front near here. So across here.
I'm guessing so.
Like that. Or is it not the wise way the other way?
I'm wondering whether it'll be better that way.
Yeah, it is that way.
You've got more space. So that fits all right, doesn't it? Like that.
Yeah.
Does it clear the body shell? The driver figure it should do, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
And then the motor what?
You've got the aerial to go in there as well.
Yeah. Able to go where?
I don't know, they've pushed it through the bottom there for some reason. Oh,
Is that an aerial chute there? I'm guessing. So yeah. So I'm guessing the aerial goes through and up and through.
Yeah.
So
right.
So where I had them. Yeah.
It's all gone to pot again.
New wires have been twisted up all the time in his storage. They tend to go their own direction for a while.
Okay, so that's sitting that way, there.
That's it.
Right on there.
Yep.
So let's put that. Bit of,
Oh dear.
dear.
Excuse me.
Bit of hook and loop in there.
Oh dear.
Stick that to it. That's not going anywhere.
Nice. See, that works a treat. A bit of the Velcro, doesn't it? Now you want to put it back into your other model. It just comes straight out. And
now we need another bit for this. So a quick measure up. It's going to be about there. This is all really guesswork in it, but there's no right or wrong. You just got to kind of
it's the experience. The more you build, the more it starts to become fluent. And
don't put it in the box together because it sticks. Funny that.
And as you sort of conquer one style, you then want to progress to a bit of a more advanced build, and you want to start messing about with slipper clutches and ball diffs and variation dampers and God knows what else, and it's addictive. It's good fun.
So soft part on the component, like that.
Give it a good press. Make sure it's all firmly.
Scratchy part on the chassis. Ooh. Right.
I do like these wheels though. They're cool.
And then that. Which way around the wires coming out? That way, isn't they? Suppose it don't matter too much, does it?
No. You can always obviously adjust it. That's what I mean with Velcro. If you're not happy with how it goes, you can change it around. And whereas with these double-sided tape, sticky tape you're given, once it's in, it's in. You haven't got any room for.
Right, that's in.
Excellent. Look at that. It's coming on, isn't it?
Yeah, the back. That's obviously got to stay in. That switch.
Yeah. So in fact, to be honest, that's not going to go anywhere inside the old bathtub chassis.
That goes through there. Where's the battery part go then?
Battery underneath.
Is it in there?
Yeah. Don't jump the gun. Yeah. So now we connect the motor wires.
Oh, let's take that off there for a minute.
This is one thing it always does me. They're always different colours. Sometimes they're red and black. Sometimes they're green and yellow. So
Well, with a motor, generally, doesn't really matter in the sense of you're not going to damage it putting the wires around the wrong way. It's just going to make it reversed, isn't it?
So you can always reverse the steering,
Yeah,
the servo on the edge of it.
You'll soon know if you're pushing forward and the car's going backwards.
Yeah.
Undo the wires, turn them round, plug them back in. It'll be forward.
Makes sense. The other thing to note is the TBL EO2 have three wires,
Where's that
whereas
gone?
these have only got two, which obviously means these are probably just for brush motors, because you haven't got a brushless motor there to worry about, wire there to worry about. Where's the push one?
I'm guessing it's here, but right. So is that what it says then? Yeah.
So we've got to connect the wires up.
So we don't need them screws and washers no more, do we?
No. So
What is that noise?
it's the cat.
What's it doing?
It's going spastic, isn't it? Oh, you're not allowed to say that anymore, are you?
No, probably not. It's going silly.
Hopefully there's no lefty snowflakes watching. So yellow to yellow.
Blue to green.
Well, that's what I'm guessing.
I'm guessing so. Excuse the noise in the background. The cat's having a bit of a...
The cat's playing with the cat.
Yeah, bit of a moment.
Right. It's a nice flush fit.
Right.
There we go, they are in.
So do we test that at this stage or not?
I would say it might be a good idea to. We could tie up the wires at a later date, should we?
Right, so is that
Try it
lipo?
out.
Is that scary lipo again, James?
Right. Lipos. You still haven't taken that microclay out yet, have you? That I bought that for.
No, not yet. I haven't had the weather.
No, true.
Just haven't had the
Mind
weather.
you, I think that's probably our least viewed video. I think he's only had about 32 views.
Well, the microkite.
Yeah.
Because no one knows what the bloody hell it is.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, nice.
So looking at that, it looks like that's going the wrong way. That looks like it's going backwards.
Probably right, yeah.
Which would mean we've got to do what we've said and switch them cables
Yep.
over.
We had a 50-50 chance, didn't we?
We did.
So we go blue to yellow. Oh, and yellow to green.
Yeah. There you go. Now it's going forward.
Now another tip, another Yoda's top tip here.
YTT.
We're not going to do it now because obviously the video is getting quite long. But generally when you get a new motor, you need to bed in the brushes. So once it's connected up like this, the idea, just put the trim up on the throttle. Bam. Why is that not doing anything? And we've got no...
It's on here. It's digital.
We've got no drive at all. Motor can't be connected properly. Maybe. No.
There was drive. There was drive.
Try it. No.
Oh, there you go.
Right, that's it. So to bed the motor brushes in, you've generally got to get the motor just slightly ticking over on trim. No, we've got nothing again.
What's occurring here then?
We've got steering. Is the connection in properly on that? No. What's going on there?
So throttle trim is right up.
You've got a red flashing light.
Steering's there.
So it's got to mean either the plug's not in properly to the throttle in the ESC in the receiver,
Which
or the
it
motor's not connected properly. Well, the battery should be connected because the steering's working.
Could the battery be flat?
Good point. Yeah, because it's got enough power to power the servo. Like that night when you gave me your cars to sort out, and you sent me around a flat battery.
I think
That's why it's flashing red.
there's a flat battery.
There we go.
So
These things
another-
are sent to try us.
YTT. Always have a charged battery on hand.
That's kind of obvious, isn't it? That's a typical Taylor scenario. That is that night when I spent 3 hours trying to sort it out. I tried everything. I said to you send the battery round. I didn't think for 1 minute you'd send me a flat battery round. I thought I tried switching the ESCs and everything. Still nothing.
But could that battery be dead?
With you, lot, who knows?
I reckon it's fine because it was working just a minute ago.
But there might have just been a little bit of power left in that battery, and that's finished it off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I reckon it's fine. It's just dead battery.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on. Build the rest.
At least you know it's going the right way.
We can get back to
A red
that.
flashing light does tend to suggest weak power, I'm guessing.
We could have a battery issue here. We've got plenty of them.
Can you put a battery on charge, maybe, while we do the rest of the stages? Is that all right?
The chargers are behind that chair.
Yep. And we'll progress then. Oh, I don't know.
On the floor.
Yeah, that could have had a little bit of power in, and just that testing out. I mean, the servo doesn't need much power to work.
It
but the
span
motor-
up though, didn't it?
Yeah,
So
should be all right. We haven't done anything wrong there, so. Right, then, for me, Glamorous Assistant Murmur can put a battery on charge for us, and we'll progress. So now we're on to the wishbones.
wishbones.
Yeah, the front wishbones, same as on your lunchbox. These are, I do believe,
Okay.
and they mount the same way as well.
What section are we on here?
Yeah, that's right. Number 11, stage 11.
Oh, dearie me.
You can't fall asleep yet, mate.
Are you? We still all right? Still in shot? Yeah. Check
Oh
that.
dear, my nose won't stop running.
Yeah.
Oh. Right then, so
So 2 BB1s.
I'll
For
get the
this?
wishbones off.
I'm checking all these. It's just in case any have got in the wrong bit.
Yeah, good have done.
2 BB2s. Well, they're obvious. Because the thread's halfway up the screw.
Right, if you could take the nubbins off them wishbones, there's 2 on there.
I'm not convinced about that, you know.
What about what?
That battery.
No?
No, I reckon there is juice in that lipo.
Well,
I haven't charged it since you got it.
I've got a battery in my General Lee that I charged up last night that's definitely got juice in it, so I could always go run back and get that if you want. It does seem a coincidence that both the batteries are flat, but saying that, we did take the cars out, and I doubt you always charge mine straight away after a run. But I don't know whether you've charged yours up since the run, so, and they do discharge naturally anyway to a certain extent, so if they already are flat, they could both be pretty much out. That would explain why the steering servo, which doesn't use as much power, is working, and the motor's not.
It did spin up, so we know it's all right.
It's not going to be anything too serious. A dodgy connection, if anything, which I very much doubt.
Nobbins are off of them.
Right, the nubbins, not nobbins. So now you've got your little steering.
So your
arms.
your MD6.
Yep. So
which is these.
That's right.
Goes into.
So that's that one that side. And that's that one that
MD1.
side. So if you line your wishbones up, so you've got that. Hang on, what have we got there? That's it. So that one's facing that way. And then we got the other one facing that way. And these slide inside the end of the wishbones.
Right.
Like that.
Like that.
Yeah. And then,
slide it in.
And then you've got the
BB2 go through.
which is the big
Doofree.
machine screws or the big pins or whatever.
Go through like that.
That's it.
They obviously screw down, do they?
Yeah, so you screw them through. So if you do that first, while I find the bits for the next
It does
step.
say a little bit of lube on there.
Yeah, and then grease that one up.
Tamina. Waka waka. You're going to set that fire alarm off in a minute. You keep doing that.
It does that when I've been vaping in the kitchen all night. For about 4 or 5 hours, I open the kitchen door, I go up to bed, and both the smoke alarms go absolutely berserk.
Right, that's in there, but I haven't screwed it down.
If you screw it down, that should go all the way down through then.
Should it?
Yep.
There's no other bit for that then, no?
No, it just actually holds the steering pin in place.
Never over tighten your screws.
Upright, as I do believe is the technical term.
I'm terrified.
I thought that was.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got a nice bit of leverage on it.
Yeah.
So that's your upright in position. So if you do the same for the other side.
Tamina. Hey, hey.
Hi, Mum. Always want to do that.
Lube that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit naughty.
Well, they give you bigger tubes of grease these days than they used to. The tubes look a lot fatter than they used to give you. It was a bit tight on the old grease back in the day.
Back in the 30. Right, that goes in there like that. That's pushed grease all the way through to the bottom, that.
That'd be right.
So that'd be good.
Yep, that'd be fine.
That's well lubed.
Then we're gonna need a couple more BB1s.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Now we've got to put the front suspension mounting points onto the front wishbones. So align that up.
Outwards like that.
That's it, just as the diagram shows. Screw that through the BB1. That should fit nice and flush in there. And that'll hold the lower end of the front shocks in place.
We hope.
We know, trust me. Yoda used the Force, he does.
Have you ever been tested for Tourette's?
Tourette's. No, I could be tested for far worse than that, trust me.
Do you have like where it builds up like a tick?
Sometimes these things do come out. Well, you've heard the chewies that come out at 3 o'clock in the morning when I've had too many ciders.
Do you want to do one?
Nah, not really.
You sure?
Probably not.
But actually, right, this is what I put up with as his neighbour. Go on, let's have a chewy.
Chewy.
12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock,
But
3 o'clock.
Only on certain circumstances, you know, there has to be a certain state of mind that's applied to for a chewy to come out. You should try it, it's good. It lets out a lot of that anxiety and tension that modern day life gives you.
Does it?
Yeah, trust me. Right, you're winning. Oh dear, I think I've got a cold coming on. You give me another cold.
No, don't look at me.
Every time I come round here, I come away with like a cold or COVID or... I never used to get ill.
These are fiddly, aren't they?
Oh, they're not too bad.
These are fiddly.
You're a bit of light.
Unfortunately, that is the one thing that's kind of got it.
I'll get these front shocks. You've got your favourite bit coming up in a minute. We're going to build some more shocks, some friction shocks.
Lovely. Lovely.
And stick the pogos. Cool.
Good job that we've got this kind of watching what we're doing and not our faces, because I keep looking. Well, I keep realising that
poking your tongue out.
Yeah.
When you constantly, I do that.
Huh?
I do that. Yeah.
Look like a dog.
No one wants to see our ugly mats anyway, do they?
Right, that's on.
Excellent. Right, we're getting somewhere now.
So that's
I
that.
think
That's that.
Flip the script.
Have we done that bit?
Yeah, flip the script onto the next stage. I've removed the lower bits.
Oh,
for the
curry, I tell you.
Just to let you know, when you lean down, you can see your full face. So they probably have seen your tongue.
Oh, God.
Right then.
Oh, look at this.
Delightful.
Right, so where are we? We're on 12.
Yeah. So now,
Let's have a little swig of the alcohol-free copper bag.
look at these.
Our brands are available.
Before you even flip the page, I already had these removed. That's
What's
how
that?
far ahead of the game I am. The bits you need for the next section.
Oh.
Experienced Tammy builder here. You might need to cut the nubbins off them too.
I've got grease all up my glasses. Is that a Zoe?
Yeah, that's a Zoe for first use of the Zoe.
No wench.
A wrench. Big shout going out to Zoe. Wonder what she's going to call the police on us for this week.
We love you, really,
I'll tell
Zoe.
you what, she better not see this video. We'll be in trouble.
Oh, well. We love you, really.
Oh, you might, I don't. Never seen so many police in my lifetime as what we've had in the last 4 months.
Funny thing is we're not actually done anything wrong.
I know, that's what I mean. So it makes it even worse. I wouldn't mind if I was actually committing a crime, but we won't go into that one.
Right, there's done.
Excellent. So now these slide into your little metal brackets that you put on the wishbone. So if you line up the wishbones as the diagram shows, always helps. So is that the right way around?
Yeah.
So you got that one there, like that one, like that, yeah. So then you need a couple more little brass cylinders.
BD1.
That's the ones. Two
I'm
more,
gonna
should be 2 more of them.
Darn bad back tomorrow. Leaning
Don't
over.
worry, you have a grasshopper. Be worth it.
Grasshopper.
Fully boot grasshopper.
Oh, we know we're going to need these because I can see them. So I'm going to get them out. Yeah.
Yep.
Right, so looking at this then.
Yep, so now
The winch.
you slide the, where are we? You slide the little brass tubes, the little silver tubes, so they used to be glass back in the day, inside the plastic shock bottom.
Yeah. Shock bottom. Yeah.
And then you actually slide the entire unit into the bracket, the metal bracket.
Let's get the screw ready first.
Yeah, and then you'll need the screw and the nut, the
what we're after?
A5.
BC2s.
An A5 nuts. So I'm guessing this is the A5 nuts that we need. I'm surprised they've used plastic nuts on these.
Yeah, I am. I was looking for metal ones.
Yeah, I've never seen.
Tamiya, you're cheap on this.
Oh, come on, it's a 94 quid kit.
That's true.
Yeah, you cannot moan, and it comes with an ESC as well. I mean, you can't moan at that. It's value for money as far as I'm concerned.
Kyosho would be metal. Right, so that goes through there. We've got plastic. Yeah, I don't like these plastic nuts.
I've actually got some metal versions of them indoors if you want some. I can bring them round. So.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like I say, it's like a model shop in my house, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've actually got to the point where I can't move in the music room now because it's just full of RC cars and kits and.
I don't like these washers. This is real annoying.
You
don't go on straight.
Well, if you find it easier if you put the use the box wrench, use the Zoe to support the nut, hold it on, and then the screwdriver will automatically find its route.
Well, you
into it.
You told me that earlier.
Well, the instructions did say it, but.
So, do you reckon one of these days we're going to need to explain to our viewers, if we've got any left by the end of this,
I doubt it,
why we're called Greenhawks RC?
Maybe that's
There's a video for another day.
Yeah, if we get enough people in the comments and ask.
Greenhawks RC. I'll leave that one with you.
Yeah.
Greenhawks RC. They won't have a clue.
I reckon that's a question for a certain. When we get to a certain amount of subs, we'll release that information. That's providing YouTube doesn't shut us down after this.
Yeah.
Total.
Right. Shall I put
anarchy.
these bits in? Yeah. It's telling me to. These knob bits.
So that's what your tracker, your steering rods go
into the end one.
So, yeah. So use the box wrench on them, the side section of the box wrench.
Zoe.
Gently. Make sure you don't cross thread that because that will give you sloppy steering and it'll keep popping out otherwise. Oh, these work better than the copper tool.
Well, I remember telling you to use it in the first place.
Did you?
But you didn't take no notice.
You said the thing with the orange handle.
Oh, good. Dropped it. Oh, dear me.
Oh dear. Oh me.
That's that curry, isn't it?
It's definitely repeated, isn't it? I can't wait for round 2, the seconds. I'll be having that at like 3 o'clock in the morning when I get in.
At this rate, you'll still be here at bloody 3 o'clock in the
I
morning.
was expecting it to be 3-4 o'clock in all honesty. But the Yoda dark side is a creature of the night. So the joys of being single.
Any RC loving females out there? He set you up with Yoda. He's a lovely bloke.
Blondes preferably. Blue eyes. Nice legs. Have to like RC.
Not fussy at all.
Nah. Can't be moany.
Where's them nose hairs go? No, they're scissors.
Nose hairs.
Yeah.
We're winning.
You still awake, Moo Moo?
Just.
Lovely jubbly.
You got to be awake because we're taking her out for a race once it's finished.
I'm normally in bed sound up right now.
Oh, don't. I'll just look at the state of that poor lunchbox up there. God, yeah, that didn't half take a pounding that night, didn't it?
Mm. Right, if anyone couldn't see that because I was concentrating, I'm just trying to get these gold bits into the end of the... What's this bit?
That's an upright.
Yeah. and it's proving
And
rather difficult.
And that is a ball end for your steering rod. No, not a bell end, a ball end. Bell end's something totally different.
I see.
That's the bit that your track rods clip into to steer the front wheels.
Did you get me another one of them plastic nuts off or not?
I did pass you 2, I do believe.
Did you?
Yeah.
If not, we're 1 down.
I passed you 2. Oh, he loses everything, doesn't he, Mother?
He does, it's terrible. They'll blame you for it though.
it's always someone else's fault, isn't it? Oh, look, you've dropped your wibbly wobbly as well.
I thought I've definitely lost one of them.
I passed them both to you to cut the nubbins off.
Oh, there it is, there. Off done with that, Zoe. These are delicate, aren't they, these things?
Yeah, like I say, I've got some proper
They
nuts.
really
I
are.
can, I'll donate them to a good cause. As you fed me tonight.
No, I mean these. These are...
Oh, right, them, yeah, like I say, you've got to line them up straight. Them upright, so quite strong, the nylon they used on that. They're quite tough, they're quite flexible. That's about the only part of my Midnight Pumpkin that's still original, I think.
Well, these bits?
Yeah, that still goes strong after 35 years on that one.
Well, they're tight.
Lovely.
So we've done that, we've done that.
Nice.
We've done that.
Now then, what do we need? We should have a bumper somewhere.
Oh, hang on. Need another one of them tubey things. Don't I?
Oh,
That.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Where's the oh, there it is. The bumper. That's it. We're gonna need that for the next stage. We're gonna need this as well.
How are we getting time wise for this bit?
Just
Cut that. Right. Let's get that on there.
So we need 6 BB1s.
6. So at the moment, I'm trying to get one of these stupid plastic things.
6 BB1s.
Do you find I'm very cack-handed and all?
Yeah, it gets worse with age, trust me. So it's easier though when you use the right tools, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. That is one thing with these Tamiya kits. If you've got the right tools, you're laughing.
And you follow the instructions.
You follow the instructions.
Perform like a true Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy!
Shout out to all the Timmies out there. Timmy. Right, that's gone on.
There we go. So now we've got to assemble the front wishbones.
I think I might have messed up. I've put that in the wrong way round. Does it matter?
Shouldn't do. It doesn't on the pumpkin anyway.
Look.
Yeah, it doesn't on the CWA one.
First mistake.
That should be all right. That should be all right. So we'll find out, won't we, in due course. It doesn't matter on the CWA1 chassis, so I doubt it's going to matter on this because they're very similar.
Okay, so on to 13. 13.
So now we've got to...
I'm just going to wipe my glasses off because somehow I've got grease on there.
You might as well hang tight on that because we need to put some grease on these.
Ugh.
Actually, I'll do it for you. So I'll put some grease on the suspension, the wishbone.
YTT?
Slots. Well, no, it says it on the instructions. But basically any moving parts, even if the instructions don't say to put it on, I normally spray some grease on because it's going to help with the wear and although sometimes that's debatable because all the grease, all the sand and the silt sticks into the grease and actually turns into like a sandpaper effect. But it depends on where you're running them and how you're running them. So now then, which side is which?
Well, you've turned that shell upside down, so you turn these upside down. This would be this side, wouldn't it? Let's have a look at this.
I'm not convinced that.
So for that to be out like that, this would be that way.
Yeah, that one's correct. And this one, you've put it around the wrong way.
What?
The upright.
Oh?
Yeah. Don't worry. An easy mistake to make. Easy to amend.
Oh, do they push in there?
Yeah, they should. But the you've got a plate that goes over the top that holds them in position.
Yeah.
Just like with your lunchbox.
Yeah.
Right then, so now that should go like that. That's better. That looks more like it. So
You should. That's then got to go upside down, yeah. Because the chassis is upside down, so it wouldn't go in that way. It'd go in that way.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So it's probably around the right way to start with.
No, it wasn't. It was facing the wrong way. No, it was still facing the wrong way. So I tried that. Oh, because that bit was facing forward. So that goes like that. No, hang on, like.
Right.
Oh, I think you've got that in the wrong way as well.
What?
You put the whole thing together upside down, so that's now going to need to be removed as well. Do you see what I mean? You basically assembled that one upside down, which is, like I say, it's an easy mistake to make. So we take that out, put that in the other way. It's far better to make a mistake like that than miss a bearing or a cog out the gearbox and then build it.
Well, you have found a cog.
Does it go into the end hole?
Yes.
Yep.
End hole.
Which I done when I was rebuilding my pumpkin, and I missed out a very vital metal bush in the gearbox and put it all together again. And when we were driving up and down my mum and dad's garden the other summer, it's making a funny noise, that gearbox. Do you remember that clicking?
Yeah.
Missed out a major vital component, and that's what's making the gears skip. God, it is fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah. It's rather frustrating, that one.
That's it.
It kind of makes its own thread.
Yeah, that's it. Right, so that's in. What did I do? There it is. So, and that goes into there. So now that should line up with that. Yep. And then that goes in from over the top. So that goes in there.
So we want 6 BB1s.
I've got them out.
They're there, yeah. And the A10. Oh,
Cool.
oh,
Through the finger.
through the finger.
Yoda's top tip. Don't stab yourself with a screwdriver, it hurts.
Oh dear.
That's right, it's not like I use my hands for a living.
What handle is that? Is that your left or right?
That's right, I can do it with me right.
Oh, it's fine. Just thinking of you.
Oh,
Lulu's looking at us in disgust.
right, yeah, that's correct now.
Right, let's get the A10 on then, shall we?
Yep.
So lock that
So
in.
we've greased that, and we need
Grease.
3 of them.
BB1s.
Yeah, that's it.
People will say, did you know what you were doing? I said, no, I ain't have a clue.
What's that?
When they asked about this.
We're building it.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, you're doing all right. You know, I'll be the first one to start taking the mickey if you were making a right abortion of it, wouldn't I?
Oh, another ones that need bedding in.
That's all right.
I think. You've been knobbing cutting on that already, haven't you?
Nubbins, yeah, I've been.
Oh,
Little squeaker.
Little cushion creeper.
Oh dear, she's a one, that Moo, isn't she? So that'd make a good
Curry,
video
innit?
one day, wouldn't it? Why is Moo called Moo? We could even download a sample of the noise it made, couldn't we? That day in the shower. Honestly, I've never known a woman make noises like that before in my life.
No.
It's shocking. It really is.
Didn't you set it as your wake up?
Yeah, it was me. I had it as my alarm call. Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
I was just talking about your noises.
Oh yeah.
That's the door. That wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
No, maybe there's a lot more decibels than that.
Oh shit. Mind your fingers.
Yeah.
Quite some action there, look.
It's all in the wrist, mate.
YTT.
You don't be single for 10 years without a good bit of wrist action.
True. Probably.
There we go.
Well, that's locked in.
Now we can pop your front track rod ends in. And let's test it to see how straight the steering is.
Well, although we haven't got a battery.
It says it's charged.
Is it?
I don't know, that's bad. It's not.
Not perfect, but it's
No,
a
we can
bit
do
of
some
adjustment.
We can do some tweaking at a later date there. Tweaking. Right then.
Right, so what's next? Bumper.
Yep. So there should be another 3 BBEs. BBEs?
Need these when you're about.
What's that?
Bumpers.
Don't blame me.
Is that normal?
What, normal? Yeah, blimey. Cool. Whew.
Yeah, that's about how mine get.
Oh, not your finger again.
Hit my finger again.
Be careful.
Different one this time. That's why you got
No
4 of them.
zooming. Right, so 14. Let's have a look. MR4 rubber tubing. Rubber tubing.
Yeah, I've come across that somewhere. I think it's somewhere in front of me.
This.
Yeah, I do believe you have to cut that to size.
Do you?
Is that right? Look in the instructions. It's the same as on the lunchbox.
Yeah, they want to cut out 10mm.
That's it. That's the one. See,
Or
I could
2
do this
bits.
without, I could do this without any instructions, couldn't I? Yeah, 2 bits.
What? So you cut? So they're 5mm each.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
I think so.
I'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that then. Where's the
Well, you-
skizzers go?
You should. The diagram should show you the exact length.
It says 10. Cut out to 10mm.
Yeah, so yeah, cut it out the same as what it says on the diagram. You see the cut marks on there, so it's all to scale. So
Cut out to 10mm, but it's going to want 2 of them, isn't it, surely?
see,
So you cut it again in the middle, yeah?
That's it. That's it. So you decided what you're going to do with this livery on this one. Whether you're going to do a Green Hawks RC green body shell, or are you going to do it box art, or
I'll probably do 2, to be honest.
it's probably sensible the way you drive.
Really?
Well, I mean, look at that lunchbox up there. People have only got to look at that short of a lunchbox head-on collision, and it kind of backs up what I'm saying, doesn't it?
I had a couple of questions, actually,
What's that?
that people have asked if it was staged. No.
Really?
Yeah.
When did they come in?
Only ones that I've not on their channel, ones that I've
Yeah.
shown.
Really?
It's like, well, did that happen for real? Yes. Yes, it did.
Unfortunately, it did. Yeah. Nothing's staged.
Nope.
Everything is.
If
how
it happens, it happens, doesn't it?
I think you can hear by my. Oh no!
Yeah.
My sheer shock
horror.
I heard the crack. I was working on the General Lee there, far into the car park, and I just heard this huge crunch, and I could hear you like chuckling away. I thought, what the hell's that? And I just went over there. There's bits of car everywhere. I've never seen a receiver get chucked out of a car like that before.
No.
That was stuck down as well, wasn't it?
Yep.
You do get a bit carried away sometimes, don't you?
Which one was the A tree?
That black one in front of me. That one, yeah.
This one?
No, that one. I use the right screws here. They're still going.
Excuse me.
There's my shin. Have you got that rat shit screwdriver?
What?
Rat shit.
Yeah, Lou has got it in that toolbox down
Problem
there.
is, I've got my hands are sweating and it's just spinning around in my hand.
What?
In the toolbox we take out racing is the ratchet.
It might help. It's hot in here. Oh, cheers. Remember?
Baby, it's hot outside.
That's better.
Cheating.
Cheating? It was meant to be you that's building it.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so this says A13.
Yep.
A13, there's nothing on it.
We've already removed them, haven't we? I think we've already removed them for you to take the knobbins off.
In that case,
Where are they?
where did they go, my lovely? Where did you go, my lovely?
Right. Bumpers on. Doesn't look right to me.
Some knobbins.
You find her?
No.
So are they gone then? What about underneath the Velcro?
Nope, just looked in there.
No. Have we already put them on the car? Yeah, we haven't we? They're already on there. We've already done that part. Look, they're already in the car, that's them.
What, A13?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I can't find them then.
Well, we took them off ages ago. Ah, correction. They have
So
to
that's
go
got
through
to go
the top
through
of the
the top.
chassis first.
Yeah, I was just checking.
Is this in camera, is it? No,
It should be in the shot, yeah.
we find that we've done the whole thing out of camera. Just spent all that time filming a video and none of it's actually on camera.
That'd happen to
Yeah,
us.
that'd be just the RC way, wouldn't it?
it?
Just the Greenhawks way.
Where did you go? Right, so that goes down into there.
Yep.
I'm guessing screws
Yeah, do you remember what I told you before?
into there.
Take the shock up to take the tension away. Take the spring up to take the tension away. And then,
Quite, it's going to be awkward, isn't it?
now, let's
How
get
are
it,
we going to do that?
2 seconds. Get it in first, then we'll lift up the shock.
How far down has it got a screw?
Till it stops screwing in, basically.
So they're settling like that, are they?
Yeah, there's only a certain amount where I go till you feel resistance.
Resistance.
Once again, don't over screw it because you end up coming out the other side of the shock braces. You
don't want to do that.
No. Obviously. So, ain't they dinky little shocks?
Mm.
It's a cute little car, isn't it? It really
Dinky
is.
little motor, isn't it?
Look at them. They're effective, aren't they? Simple but
Yeah, it
effective.
works, doesn't it?
Pops along. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. Right, I've done that side. Now,
I'll do that
do you want to
side.
do the other side?
Yeah.
Did you put a bit of grease on them?
A little bit.
Yeah, nice. If you're learning. On me. Of course, there's been some good clodbuster videos on YouTube over the last few weeks. You've been watching the builds on various channels.
Seen a few of them.
Yeah. Makes me want to build mine, doesn't it? Problem is, when you build a car that size, where do you keep it? It's huge.
Well, yeah. This is the problem.
I haven't
Isn't
got any more space up in the Tammy Museum to store any more cars, especially something of that size. Not only that, seeing them running them, they do wheelie. And I'm thinking, oh, that body. They're literally spending their whole time up on their rear legs begging. I'm thinking, I was cringing. All that work you put into that body shoe, and it's... I'll definitely have to put some sort of wheelie bar on the back when I do build it, I reckon. Is that in enough so it don't rip out the actual base when you're driving? Oh.
Mm.
You threaded it in decent amount, yeah? Yep, sweet. Now just checking, because speaking from experience, you don't put it in enough. When the wristbands go up and down, they can rip out under force, and then you lose your thread, and then you've got to buy a new parts tree. That should be fine. Just sort of... There you go, springy, springy. And that's why they call it a hopper. Look at that.
Right, that's that bit done.
Starting to look like a car. Lovely.
I think we need to pause for a second and go into another one, don't we?
Stretch the old legs.
Yeah. We will be back after the break.